Alright, Chapter 3, Bulk Transfer Facilities, UFC 346003, November 10th, 2017. Unified Facility Criteria, Petroleum Fuel System Maintenance, Approved for Public Lease, Distribution Unlimited. Alright, Chapter 3, Bulk Transfer Facilities, General. This chapter applies for the permanent petroleum fuel infrastructure is not intended for the contingency mobility equipment, temporary petroleum fuel receipts, and issue system. 3-2 truck receipts. Major components petroleum fuel truck offloading facilities include offloading hoses, piping basket, trainers, eliminator tanks, pumps, meters, pre-filters, filter separators, ground system, ground verification system, control panels. A piping uses distributed petroleum fuel from truck offloading positions to petroleum fuel tanks may be installed underground, above ground, in a combination of above ground, underground segments. Sometimes these systems use drop tanks, which can be underground, vaulted, low profile, equipped with submerged turbine pumps. Pumps are typically self-priming central figure of a rotary vane positive displacement. D. Underground low-profile petroleum fuel tanks typically receive fuel by gravity offload. 321 Inspection maintenance truck receipt. Refer to Section 392 offloading fuel hoses for inspection maintenance requirements of offloading hoses. Refer to Section 61 for pipe testing and inspection maintenance requirements of pipelines and piping. Refer to Section 364 for the basket strainer inspection maintenance requirements of basket strainers. D. Refer to 310.1 for air eliminator tanks inspection maintenance require air eliminator tanks. Refer to Section 3.8 for the pumps for inspection maintenance requirements of petroleum fuel pumps. Refer to Section 3.7 meters for inspection maintenance requirements of petroleum fuel meters. Refer to Section 6.1 pre-filters for inspection maintenance requirements of pre-filters. Refer to Section 3.6.2 filter separators inspection maintenance requirements of filter separators. Refer to Section 9.1.6 grounding system for inspection maintenance requirements of grounding systems. Refer to Section 9.5 grounding verification system for inspection maintenance requirements of ground verification system. Refer to Section 9.1.9 electronic equipment inspection maintenance requirements of control panels. 3.3 pipeline receipt. Fuel can be supplied with a petroleum storage tank from on-off base pipelines. These pipes are government-owned, government-operated, government-owned or contract-operated, or contract-owned, contract-operated. Many components of the pipeline receipt system include piping, basket strainers, automatic air vents, meters, pre-filters, filter separate ground systems, and control panels. Inspection maintenance of pipeline receipt. Refer to 6.1 for the pipeline testing, inspection maintenance requirements of pipelines and piping. Refer to 6.3.6.4 for the basket strainers, inspection maintenance requirements of basket strainers. Refer to Section 310.2 for the automatic air vents for the inspection maintenance of the requirements of automatic air vents. Refer to Section 3.7 for meters for inspection maintenance requirements of the petroleum fuel meters. Refer to Section 3.6.1 for inspection maintenance requirements of pre-filters. Refer to Section 3.6.2 filter separators inspection maintenance requirements of filter separators. G. Refer to 9.1.6 ground system inspection maintenance requirements of ground system. Refer to Section 9.1.9 electrical equipment for inspection and maintenance of the control requirements of control panels. Alright, 3.4 rail receipt. Rail receipt systems use components similar to components used for trucks. Refer to Section 3.2 truck receipts for a list of components for this should be expected with the rail receipt system associated maintenance requirements. 3.5 bulk issue, truck issue. The preferred connection system, the jet fuel used the metal counterbalance swivel, the type of the pantographic control, aluminum, stainless, although approved with the loading of the fuel hoses is acceptable. Loading fuel hoses is provided more. It must be stored away with the direct sunlight. Major components of petroleum fuel trucks issue facilities including piping, basket strainers, pump, filter separators, meters, truck fill valve, loading fuel hoses, fixed pantograph fuel with nozzles, grounding system, ground verification equipment, and electronic overfill protection system and control panels. Inspection maintenance truck issue. Refer to 6.1 for the pipeline testing, inspection maintenance of the requirements of pipelines and piping. Refer to Section 3.6.4 for the basket strainers, inspection maintenance requirements of basket strainers. Refer to Section 3.8 for the pumps, inspection maintenance of the requirements of the fuel pumps. Refer to Section 3.6.2 filter separators for inspection maintenance requirements of filter separators. Refer to Section 3.7 for the meters, inspection maintenance requirements of petroleum fuel meters. Refer to Section 6.6.5.1 for truck fill valves, inspection maintenance requirements of TFS truck fill valves. Refer to Section 3.9 for loading fuel hoses and inspection maintenance requirements requirements of loading fuel hoses. Refer to Section 4711, fixed pantographs for inspection and maintenance requirements of fixed pantographs. Refer to Section 473, fueling nozzles for inspection and maintenance requirements of fueling nozzles. Refer to Section 916, grounding systems, inspection and maintenance requirements of grounding system. Refer to Section 95, grounding verification for inspection and maintenance requirements of grounding verification system. Refer to Section 916, or electronic overfill protection prevention system for inspection and maintenance requirements of electronic overfill prevention systems. And refer to Section 919, electrical equipment inspection and maintenance requirements of control panels. 3.2 Pipeline issue. Major components of the pipeline issue systems include basket strainers, automatic air vents, pump or filters, meters, ground system control panels, inspection, maintenance, and pipeline issue. Refer to Section 961 for the pipeline testing, inspection, maintenance requirements of the pipeline and piping. Refer to Section 364, the basket strainer, inspection, maintenance of the requirements of basket strainers. Refer to Section 310.2 for the automatic air vents, for the inspection, maintenance requirements of automatic air vents. Refer to Section 3.8 for the inspection, maintenance requirements of the petroleum fuel pumps. Refer to Section 362 for the filter separators, inspection maintenance requirements of filter separators. Refer to Section 37 for the inspection maintenance requirements of petroleum fuel meters. Refer to Section 916 grounding system inspection maintenance requirements of grounding system. H. Refer to 919 electronic equipment for inspection maintenance requirements of control panels. 353 rail issue counterbalance articulated swivel type tank car loading pantographs or loading fuel hoses are used to load rail cars. Major components of the rail issue facilities include piping, basket strainer, pump, filters, separators, meters, truck fill valves, loading fuel hoses, fixed pantographs, fuel nozzles, grounding system, ground verification system, electronic overfill protection control panels. Inspection maintenance of rail issue. Refer to Section 61 pipe testing and inspection maintenance of the requirements of piping line and piping. Refer to Section 364 basket strainer inspection maintenance of the requirements of basket strainers. Refer to Section 38 for the inspection maintenance requirements of petroleum fuel pumps. Refer to Section 362 filter separators inspection maintenance requirements of filter separators. Refer to Section 37 the meters for inspection maintenance requirements of fuel meters. Refer to Section 6651 truck fill valves or inspection maintenance requirements of truck fill valves. Refer to Section 391, loading fuel hoses, inspection maintenance requirements of loading fuel hoses. Refer to Section 4711, fixed pantographs, inspection maintenance requirements of fixed pantographs. Refer to Section 473, fuel nozzling, inspection maintenance requirements of fuel nozzles. Refer to Section 916, grounding system, inspection maintenance requirements of grounding system. Refer to Section 95, ground verification systems, inspection maintenance requirements of ground verification systems. Refer to Section 96, electronic overfill protection system, inspection maintenance requirements of electronic overfill prevention systems. M. Refer to Section 919, electrical equipment inspection maintenance requirements of control panels. Or 3.6 filterization pre-filters, micronic pre-filters meeting requirements of unified facility guidelines specs 3352 4328 filter separate aviation fuel systems are sometimes installed upstream of the filter separators to extend to the life of the cartridge separators. Pre-filters remove particles that cause contamination. Petroleum fuel to be filtered enters the lower part of the housing flow of the filter cartridges from outside inside. Coarse particles settle immediately. Finer particles are absorbed. Depleted paper filter cartridges. An elevated differential pressure indicates that the drier filter cartridge. Investigate sudden drops of spikes. Differential pressure measure reading. A drop in the flow rate or increase of the pressure of the system may indicate filters and cartridges foul with the debris and contamination. And a sudden increase of flow rate and increase in pressure may indicate that the filter cartridge is damaged or torn. Replacement filter cartridge must meet with the filter cartridge requirements of Unified Facility Guidelines specs 3352 4328 filter separate aviation fuel system. The installation must maintain an inventory filter cartridge. The inventory must be sufficient to allow installation change of the filter cartridge for all pre-filters and installation core. Installation once the inventory must be kept in a temperature-controlled environment in accordance with the manufacturer recommendation. Shift of the pre-filter. Your 361 inspection maintenance pre-filters. Stencil pre-filters in accordance with 3613 with the stenciling of the pre-filters. Filter cartridges are changed. Pre-filters require following inspection maintenance. One, open dry flow condition until clear fuel observed in the drain valve frequency daily. Minor differential pressure of the fuel cartridge. Check chart differential pressure measurement with the readings taken during normal operating frequency daily. Operator pre-filter isolation valves frequency quarterly. Require replace filters cartridges with the accepted maximum differential pressure reach and maximum surface deterioration has passed. The fuel becomes visibly dirty, discolored. Acceptable maximum differential pressure for a specific pre-filter dependent on system flow rate. Military service site certain posts or SCP may extend with a several duration filter cartridge replacement period base differential pressure high throughout through throughput systems. Check expiration replacement filter cartridge before installation. Frequency when differential pressure has reached lower manufacturer recommendations of 20 psi. Filter cartridges service period of 24 hours has expired when the fuel becomes visibly dirty or colored. Alright, refer to section 672 with the differential pressure gauge and inspection maintenance requirement with the differential pressure gauge. Refer to section 310.2 automatic air valves and inspection maintenance requirements of automatic air valves, air vents. Refer to section 66 thermal pressure relief valves for inspection maintenance requirements of thermal and pressure relief valves. Age conduct inspection code rated vessel in accordance with UFC 343007. Operation maintenance inspection certification boiler unfired pressure vessels. 3612 pre-filter waste disposal. Refer to section 264 waste disposal proper disposal filtered waste and used filter cartridges. 3613 stencil of pre-filter stencils embossing tape to permanently pre-filters over the filter cartridge or change or in the date change to do the next time change and the maximum differential pressure. 362 filter separators meeting the filter separators meeting which meets the unified guideline specs. 3352 4328 filter separator aviation fuel system. Remove undissolved free water solids from the petroleum plug. Very fine water particles pass through the cowl insert cartridges inside out and grow inside of the coolant sleeve into a large drop that fall into the water of the collection sump. And this shows the filter separators. Second stage, Teflon nylon coated screens, treated paper cartridges separated, repels water droplets, prevents the leaving of the filter separator, causes them to fall with the water collection sump. 3 solid fuel tapped in with the colister cartridges build up differential pressure across the filter separated water. Accumulated water collection sumps at the bottom of the filter separators, typically removed manually under flow conditions. Additional important notes of the filter separators follows. Filter separators must be equipped with the colister separate cartridges that meet the requirements of Unified Facility Guideline Spec 3352 4328 filter separator aviation fuel system. Older units must be modified to accept the cartridges and must be replaced with the modern units. If installed, remove automatic water drain option from the filter separator at the opportunity, unless they are installed with a receipt system that must handle excessive water of wave military service over the SME. Automatic water drains are remain with must be piped in product recovery of the drain tank. Filter separators are equipped with a differential pressure gauge to indicate colister cartridges should be changed. Piston type differential pressure is performed with a petroleum fuel system. Replace individual gauges with a piston type as soon as practical. Filter separators have sampling port of outlet pipe used to obtain the petroleum fuel quality. Samples check the flow of the direction arrow on the sample of the probes to ensure that they are installed proper operation. The installation must maintain inventory colister separator cartridge inventory. Must also must allow the installation change of colister separate cartridges for all filters and installation at once. Inventory must be kept at a temporary controlled environment in accordance with the manufacturer recommendation. 3621 inspection filter separators, stencil filter separators in accordance with 3624 stencil filter separators, colister cartridges. Filter separators require the following inspection maintenance: open drain flow conditions until clear fuel is observed with the drain valve frequency daily. Monitor differential colister cartridges, except maximum differential pressure. Specific filter separators dependent on the system flow rate. Monitor chart differential pressure measurement of the filter separators with a reading taking normal operation. Investigate sudden drops or spikes differential pressure measurement reading daily. Operate filter separator isolation valves quarterly. Inspect components to check operation water shutoff valve quarterly. Change the colister cartridge. Refer to section 362 replacement colister cartridges. Journal section replacement colister cartridge. Military specific site CSP may extend the colister cartridge replacement frequency. The differential pressure filters are used in high throw-output system. Check the expiration date of replacement with the colister cartridge before installation. Frequency every 36 months sooner if required with the differential pressure. Inspect cleaning separate cartridge time. Colister cartridge change in accordance with 3623 separate cleaning. Separator cleaning. Worn damaged separator cartridges must be replaced. Frequency every 36 months or sooner if required with the differential. Alright, refer to section 672, the differential pressure gauge inspection maintenance requirements of the differential pressure gauge. Refer to section 310.2 with the automatic air vents for the inspection maintenance requirements of automatic air vents for 663. Thermal pressure relief valves for inspection maintenance requirements of thermal pressure relief valves. Then refer to section 4422, filter separate control valves for inspection maintenance requirements of separator control, filter separator control valves. K, conduct inspection code related to vessels in accordance with the UFC 343007, operation maintenance inspection certification boilers on fire pressure vessels. 3622, replacement Coulter cartridge, general instruction replacement filter separate Coulter cartridge inspected include Appendix D, the refer to maintenance operation manual, additional guidelines. Separator cleaners, separated cartridge operated with a satisfactory manner, but over time it gradually becomes less effective. Every time coils or cartridges are changed, the separate cartridges must be inspected and cleaned. The type of the instruction cleaning separator charges and cartridges include. Appendix D, refer to manufacturer operation maintenance manual, additional guidelines. 3624, stencil filter separators use a stencil embossing to the permanently marked filter separator coils or cartridges are charged and date change due to the date of the next change maximum differential pressure. Alright, initial filing of the filter separators. Internal flash fires have occurred with the filter separator. In some cases, there are no audible sounds, immediate indications of the problem. The incident are mainly due to electrostatic ignition, petroleum vapor air mixture during the initial filling of the operation. Ignition inside the filter separator is probably regardless of the type of the petroleum fuel handled. JP4, JP5, JP8, Jet A, additized Jet A. Filling filter is separated with a take of a minimum of 10 minutes to perform, showing filling only the authorized method of refilling empty filter separators. Slow buildup of the static electricity flow fuel in the fuel reduces the possibility of sparking and ignition of the explosive atmospheric inside the vessel. In most cases, callus elements cannot be grounded or bonded to dissipate static electrical charge that is generated during filling. 363, hay-pack filters. Hay-pack filters are typically used with a marine barge tanker offloading when large amounts of waters are expected to be present in fuel. 363, inspectors maintenance hay-pack filters refer to maintenance operation manual for the inspection maintenance requirements of hay-pack filters. Refer to section 264, waste disposal for disposal requirements. Alright, 364, basket strainers, which meet with the requirements of the Unified Facility Guideline specs of the 3352, 4313 aviation fuel pipeline. Remove the large particle matter of the petroleum fuel stream of basket strainers are typically equipped with 60 mesh wire strain screens. In most cases, basket strainers are equipped with a differential pressure gauge that can be used with differential pressure across the strainer. The maximum retaining capacity of the rust and sediment of the maximum strainers reach when acceptable maximum differential pressure is indicated across the strainer. The acceptable maximum differential pressure of the specific basket strainer spent on the size of the strainer and system flow rate. Reference to the manufacturer data sheet for the maximum differential pressure of the particular basket strainer. Dirty strainer screens can be washed using air jets, pressurized liquid streams, reused as long as they are not ruptured, otherwise damaged. Gum and tar can be removed with the soaking strainer screen in 5 flashpoint petroleum fuel, such as kerosene, in order to reduce shutdown time. It is advisable to extra strainer screens on hand. Alright, 3641, inspection maintenance basket strainer. Monitor chart differential pressure measurement of the basket strainer readings during the normal operation. Investigate sudden drops, spikes in differential pressure measure reading frequency daily. Clean inspection basket strainer screen. Basket strainer and isolation valves must be closed. The strainer body must be drained before removing the cover. After cleaning, the strainer screen must be inserted with the strainer body at head tight and checked for leakage. Strainer is not equipped with the means of the measured differential pressure unit. It must be opened and monthly and inspected. Frequency semi-annually if the basket strainer is equipped with the means of the making differential pressure, otherwise monthly. For section 672 for the differential pressure gauge inspection maintenance requirements of the differential pressure gauge. 365 filter separator hump heaters. Heaters are used to some to prevent freezing separated water during the winter months in cold climates. Some heaters are not approved with the Department of Defense system. The heaters are installed with the contact military service of the SCP for the guidance expired. Existing heaters installed with the system must be maintained. 3651, inspection maintenance filter separator sump heaters installation. Inspect filter separator sump drain line heater elements. Proper operation made per manufacturer operation maintenance manual. Ensure heater elements meet manufacturer requirements of measuring resistance of the heater elements with an ohmmeter. Frequency semi-annually. Alright, 37 meters. So 371, positive displacement meters. Positive displacement meters meet the requirements of Unified Facility Guidelines Spec 335700 bulk fuel. Receiving the dispensing equipment used to record the amount of petroleum fuel received and transfer the flow of the control device, strainer, and sometimes install the upstream meters to help ensure accuracy, protect meters internal. Truck and rail car loadings may be equipped with a pressure feature. The feature is used to slow the petroleum flow to the predetermined rate with the preset petroleum fuel total is approached. Slow fill rates allow for the more accurate final fill, reduce the likelihood of hydrostock to flow system once flow of petroleum flow is stopped. Meters installed with the custody transfer point must be equipped with a temporary compensation. Features allow the meters to adjust the measurement of the flow rate of the standard temperature. Shows the 3.3 shows the positive displacement meter. 3711 inspection and positive displacement meter component wear of the accumulation solid may be periodic calibration necessary. Certified master meters volumetric prover tanks used in the calibration master must have been certified with a year of calibration operation. Most master meters are tested with a predetermined flow rate. Master meters must be calibrated within 10 plus or minus 10% of the normal operating flow rate through inline positive displacement meter. Volumetric prover tanks must have been certified with the last 5 years of calibration operation. Inspect counter head with the unusual noise, smooth operation frequency monthly. Positive displacement meter must be inspected, calibrated semi-annually with improper performance. Suspected unusual sounds, registry action developed, and other repairs have been made with may affect performance. Positive displacement meters are satisfactory with measurement. Error and normal flow of the direction of the 0.3% plus or minus actually quantity delivered. Adjustment of the meter registers in accordance with the manufacturer instruction. Identify the next calibration dates of the meter and use weather restraint label with the remaining legible affixed for at least 1 year. Frequency semi-annually as required. Inspect temperature element operation and master equipment the temperature operation and feature of the per manufacturer operation maintenance manual. Frequency semi. Alright, this is 372 is your turbine flow meters meet the requirements of Unified Guideline Specs of 33, 52, 43, 11, L fuel, aviation fuel, mechanical equipment utilization, equally axially aligned rotor to measure fluid flow. Clearance may be between the rotor and housing allow some of the slippage, which can reduce accuracy of flow of the meter. 3721. Your inspection maintenance turbine flow component wear makes the periodic calibration necessary. Certified master meters volumetric power prover tanks use the calibration turbine flows in accordance with the API manual petroleum measurement standards. Master meters must have to be certified year calibration operation. Master meters are tested at a predetermined flow rate. Master meters can be calibrated with a 10 plus or minus 10% of the normal operating flow rate of the turbine meter. Volumetric prover tanks must have been certified at least 5 years of the calibration operation. Refer to the manufacturer operation maintenance manual for turbine flow metric meter specific calibration procedures. Turbine flow meters must be inspected, calibrated semi-annually, or when improper performance is suspected. Register actions developed and after repairs have been made ineffective. The performance turbine flow meters are satisfactory measurement and in nearly flow of the direction within 0.5% of actual quantity delivered. Adjustment of the meter register within accordance with manufacturer instruction. Identify the next calibration date and meters used weather restraint with the remain legible affixed at least 1 year. Frequency semi-annually as required. Or inspect temperature element operation meters equipped with a temperature compensation feature. Meter per manufacturer's operation maintenance manuals. Frequency semi-annual. 373 orifice meters. Orifice flow meters meet the requirements of Unified Facility Guidelines Spec 33, 52, 41, 43, 11. Aviation fuel mechanical equipment typically do not require calibration. Orifice flow meters are customized to specific flow rate, only accurate for a small range. 3731 inspection maintenance orifice flow readers. The manufacturer operation maintenance manual. The unit specific maintenance requirement. Refer to 672 for the differential pressure gauge. For the inspection maintenance requirements of the differential pressure gauge. Refer to 674 for the differential pressure transmitter. Inspection maintenance requirements of differential pressure transmitters. Alright, 38 pumps. 381 central figure pumps. Central figure work pumps must be improperly completely immersed in liquids. Important prevent pockets of delivery trucks and hoses entering pumps, and if the air gets pumped, the performance can drastically reduce. Eliminator tanks automatic air vents used to release air with the suction lines of the pump. In some cases, eliminators are attached directly to the housing pumps. Central figure pumps must have the proper shaft alignment with the motors. Pumps must be also properly shimmed and mounted securely. Both inlet and outlet pipeline connections should be made with a vibration vibration damper. The bearings must be adequately lubricated. Some of the mechanical seals should show no sign of leak. Mechanical seals requirements of them may provide reliable service over the installed true shaft. The frequent trouble usually with the shaft vibration wear. Improper installation is most important to protect seal face of the contact skin within grease or medical particles, which can contaminate the seal with a premature seal failure. And then it shows the split case of a central figural pump. 381, inspection and maintenance of central figure pump. Refer to manufacturer operation maintenance manual with specific maintenance procedure schedules associated with the specific model of the pump. File all applicable to general maintenance specific safety requirements listed in the manufacturer's operation maintenance manual. Check the proper operation with the pump and is used for the check suction, discharge pressure gauge, abnormal readings frequency quarterly, and check for the unusual noise, vibration, overheating bearings of the case quarterly. If equipped with lubricating oil charge, check the oil level as adjusted necessary frequency quarterly. Timely replace loose, missing, damaged nuts, bolts, or screws frequently quarterly. Inspect suction, change, discharge, isolation, dampers, misalignment, wear frequently quarterly. Inspect mechanical seals if possible with the proper operation. Temperature, drips, temp leak, and dirt frequency quarterly. Check for alignment clearance. Rotation shaft coupler requires removal of the coupler shroud and cover frequency annually. Lubricate pump bearings annually. If equipped with lubricating oil charge, drain old oil, fill with new oil, full with a mark on the site indicator as also fill bubble frequency annually. Refer to section 917 electrical motors for inspection maintenance of the requirements of electrical motors. Alright, 3812 vertical inline pumps. Vertical inline pumps meet the requirement of the Unified Facility Guideline 335700. Bulk fuel receiving dispensing equipment. Offloading pump can operate with low liquid level to similar size suction pumps due to the geometry of the impeller location and are used frequently. Petroleum fuel offloading the application. Vertical inline pumps are properly supported, prevent unnecessary stress on the inlet on the outlet pump. Alright, 38121. Alright, inspection maintenance vertical inline pumps. Refer to manufacturer operated maintenance manual, specific maintenance for the procedure schedule associated with the specific model pump. Follow applicable to general acceptance safety requirements listed in the manufacturer and operation maintenance manual. Check for proper operation while pump is in use. Check for suction, discharge pressure gauge with abnormal readings quarterly. Check for unusual noise, vibration, overheating bearings frequency quarterly. Tighten, replace, and loosening missing, damaged bolts and screws frequency quarterly. Inspect suction, discharge, isolation, dampers, misalignment, wear frequency quarterly. Inspection mechanical seals if proper operation, temperature, drips, leaks, and dirt quarterly. Check for alignment, clearance, rotation shaft and coupler requires removal of the coupler shroud and cover frequency annually. Lubricate pump and bearings frequency annually. Refer to section 917 electrical motors for inspection maintenance requirements of the motors. 3813 vertical turbine submerged turbine pumps. Submerged turbine pumps meet the requirements of Unified Facility Guidelines Spec 3352-4323. Aviation fuel pumps, fuel pumping vertical turbine are used to pump up from above ground, underground, cut and cover tanks. The type of the pump is also used for the transfer of fuel. Drop tanks, some petroleum fuel truck offloading systems. A can pump is another type of the vertical turbine pump. Submerged turbine pumps are sometimes used in military service station application. Supply fuel dispenser, petroleum fuel truck loading positions. For the manufacturer operation maintenance for more information on each type of the pump. It shows the vertical turbine pump. 38131 inspection maintenance vertical turbine submerged turbine pump. Refer to manufacturer operation maintenance manual, specific maintenance procedure schedule associated specific model pump. Follow applicable general maintenance safety requirements listed in manufacturer operation maintenance manual. Check for proper operation while the pump is in use. Check for discharge pressure gauge from abnormal readings quarterly. Check for unusual noise, vibration, overheating bearings in the case quarterly. If equipped with lubricating oil charge, check oil level adjust necessary for quarterly. Tighten, replace missing or damaged nuts, bolts, or screws quarterly. Inspect mean mechanical seams if possible with the proper operating temperature and drips and leaks and dirt quarterly. Inspect anti-rotation device for proper operation semi-annually. Check for the alignment clearance of the rotation shaft of the caliper. Requires removal of the coupler shroud and cover annually. Lubricate pump bearings annually. If equipped with lubricating oil charge, drain oil, fill with a new oil full with the mark on site indicator as fill bubble frequency annually. Refer to section 917 electrical motors for inspection maintenance requirements of electrical motors. Alright, 382 positive displacement pumps. Positive displacement pumps have expanding cavity suction side with a decreasing cavity on the discharge side. Liquid flows in the pump into the cavity on the suction side expands to liquid flows over the discharge of the cavity collapse of the pump, and volume is constant given in each cycle of the operation. 3821 sliding vein pump. Sliding vein pumps, sometimes referred to as rotary vein pumps, self-priming, positive displacement. Pumps used in suction lifts as high, and the pump may be frequency low prime with the petroleum bulk fuel truck offload system. The pumps must have internal over or downstream pressure relief. R3821 inspection maintenance sliding vein pumps. Refer to manufacturer operated maintenance manual, specific maintenance procedure schedule associated with specific model of the pump. Follow applicable general procedure, maintenance and safety requirements of manufacturer operation maintenance manual. Inspection pump unusual noise, vibrations, overheating of the bearings of the case, frequency quarterly. Inspect mechanical seals if possible, drips or leaks of dirt for quarterly. Lubricate pump bearings quarterly. Inspect pump motor couplings of the proper alignment annually. Refer to manufacturer operation maintenance manual. Internal pressure relief testing calibration procedure annually. Refer to section 382 gearbox inspection maintenance for the reduction gearboxes. Refer to section 917 electrical motors inspection maintenance requirements of electrical motors. Alright, 382 gear pumps. Gear pumps may be used to transfer petroleum fuel with a moderate flow rates and can operate with a high pressure. 38221 inspection of the maintenance gear pumps. Refer to manufacturer operation maintenance manual with the specific maintenance procedure associated with the specific model pump. The following applicable general maintenance safety requirements listed in manufacturer operation maintenance manual. Inspect pump unusual noise, vibration, overheating of the pumps and cases. Frequently quarterly. Inspect maintenance manual. If possible, drips or leaks of dirt. Lubricate pumps and bearings frequently quarterly. Inspect pump motor and coupling with the proper alignment. Refer to section 384 with the gearboxes. Inspection maintenance of the reduction gearboxes. Refer to section 917 electrical motors. Inspection maintenance requirements of electrical motor. 3823 diaphragm pump. Diaphragm pumps are relatively low maintenance pumps that provide the guide with the performance of the transferring high velocity liquid to petroleum sludge left in the tank. 38321, 38231 inspection maintenance diaphragm pumps. Reduce manufacturer's operation maintenance manual with a specific manual for the procedure schedule associated with a specific amount of pump. Follow applicable general maintenance safety requirements listed in the manufacturer's operation maintenance manual. Ensure pump that has hoses and fittings are kept clean and stored with a protected area of the elements not in use. Inspect hose and cracks for dry rot quarterly. Inspect compressor air connections to the hose couplings and signs of leaks. Inspect compressor air hose coupling with safety pins, safety wires, and wear of the damage for replace damaged components. Diaphragm should have an internal diaphragm replaced in the pump that should be decreased. Performance to check operation actuator valve with the insured ball cheek set properly. Frequency as required. 383 internal combustion devices. Internal combustion devices are used in equipment that needed temporary portable basis. Temporary pumps and power generators. Internal combustion drives are also used to operate with permanent power over the generator. Standard power is interrupted with emergency backup generators where large power feeds for large equipment is not available. The cost-effective install of the petroleum fuel transfer pump is installed at remote locations. Alright, 3831 inspection maintenance internal combustion drive. Refer to the manufacturer operation maintenance manual. Specific maintenance procedure schedule associated with a specific model of the internal combustion drive. Follow all practical general maintenance and safety requirements of the listed in the manufacturer operation maintenance manual as frequency as required. 384 gearboxes. Gearbox transmit power of the motors and other rotating equipment and must be mounted with the proper alignment. Oil level do not overfill the gearbox during maintenance. Alright, 3841, inspection maintenance gearboxes. When replacing lubricating of the verify the metal shavings content with the manufacturer recommendation. Refer to manufacturer operation maintenance manual for oiling, testing procedure, proper oil level, the proper type of the oil which should be used. Refer to the applicable manufacturer operation maintenance manual for specific maintenance or procedure schedule. Follow applicable general maintenance safety requirements. Inspect gearbox signs with the smoke near the shaft connection to discolorization of the gearbox overheating quarterly. Verify oil and the sight glass is not dark and appears to be appears to have foam. Adjust the oil level as required frequently. Frequency quarterly. Lubricating bearings is performing recommendations semi-annually. Check a motor, gearbox, pump couplers for wearing and alignment. Frequency semi-annually. Inspect gear alignment with the gearbox annually. Replace lubricating in accordance with manufacturer specification recommendations annually. R39 hoses, loading fuel hose. Loading fuel hoses must meet with the requirements of aviation fuels listed in the Unified Facility Guidelines Spec 335700. Bulk fuel, receiving the displacement, presenting equipment general requirements of loading fuel hoses used as follows. Hoses must be stored away with the direct exposure of extreme weather and sun, such as rain, snow, and hinged exposures when not in use. Dust cover protective devices must be used to keep dirt and water out. Hoses must be installed 2 years of the day, installed within 2 years of the day of the hose manufacturer. Have maximum service life of 10 years of the day of the manufacturer. 391, inspection maintenance loading fuel hose. Visually inspect the hoses for loose cover, the cracks, and the brittle surface of the coating exposed with the wire braids that were exposed. Reinforcement for flattening, kinks, and bulges. Flaw spots might indicate broken displaced reinforcement monthly. Primary hose, normal work pressure. Check with flange and threaded connection leaks. And inspection hose couplers, fluid sleepage, pushing base of the couplings of the thumbs of hose softened by petroleum fluid. Sleepage must be replaced monthly. Check for the coupling of the sleepage, replace hose showing this coupling of the sleepage quarterly. For Appendix D, Section D2, 1 loading hose hydrostatic test for the loading hydrostatic test requirements procedures annually. Conduct tests for petroleum fuel hose electronics resistivity using electrostatic meter in accordance with the National Fire Protection Association 77 and API 2003 frequency annually. 392 offloading hoses. Offloading petroleum fuel hoses meet the requirements of Unified Facility Guideline 33524311. Aviation fuel mechanic equipment used to offload operation offloading petroleum hose must be stored away from the direct sunlight hinge and enclosure. Would not use them much and must be purchased with the ultraviolet light protection. Visually inspect the hose for cracks, brittle surface coatings, exposed wire braids, exposed and reinforcement flattening, kinks, bulges, soft spots, which might indicate broken or displaced reinforcement monthly. Check flange, threatened connection, leakage inspection, hose couplers, fluid seepage, pushing at the base of the coupling of the thumbs. Hose off and petroleum fluid seepage must be replaced. Damaged or leaking hoses must be replaced immediately. Isolate, taken out of service quarterly. Conduct tests of the offloading petroleum fuel hose electrical resistivity directed with the National Fire Protection Association 77, American Petroleum Institute 2003. Your air eliminators. Air eliminators are used with the removal of non-condensing gases such as air from the petroleum fuel system. 310.1 Air eliminator tanks. Air eliminator tanks meet the requirements of Unified Facility Guidelines Spec 33524311. Aviation fuel mechanical equipment used to remove the air from the petroleum offloading system. Eliminator tanks should include the sight gauge, float vent valve, level sensors, pressure vacuum vent, a float valve installed at the top of the air eliminator extracting fitting at the base of the vent pipe, the float and body of the valve suspended in the extractor, fitting of the air eliminator tank, the float valve with the buoyantly to petroleum fuel rises close to the float vent valve, the back off the vent valve of the air eliminator tank that's filled with petroleum fuel with level the petroleum fuel with the air eliminator tank to drop the flow fuel over the float over the float vent valve drops opens and vent pipe. Pressure vacuum is installed by the end of the vent pipe. Pressure vacuum allows the air to vent with the tank of the small pressure with the developed in the air eliminator tank allows the air to vent in line. Small negative pressure with the developed inside the air eliminator tank. Level sensing probes installed by the 2 or 3 location of the air eliminator tank level the probes used with the offloading control system control operation offloading of the pumps. 310.11 inspection maintenance of air eliminator tanks. Install and inspect operation petroleum fuel level the probes. Ensure proper probes operate correctly with the level of the petroleum fuel tank rises level of the probing sensing unit annually. Remove the float vent from the air eliminator tank. Clean inspection sealing surface of the float vent valve. Ensure the float is buoyant and petroleum fuel is tested. And valve is to ensure the closure frequency. Annually refer to Section 893 of the tank pressure vacuum vent for inspection, maintenance, and requirements of pressure vacuum vents. 310.2 Automatic air vents. Automatic air vents meet the requirements of Unified Facility Guideline 33524313. Aviation fuel piping automatically venting air under pressure, preventing vacuum with the pressure drop below positive pressure. The vents are operated by a float ball and the buoyant in the petroleum fuel with the air is present in the float with dropping allowing to escape when the petroleum flow in the present ball with the float and seal vent opening. In the most cases the automatic air vents are piped in tanks should be a product of the recovery tank. 311 shows the figure 311 shows the automatic air tank air vent. 310.2.1 inspection maintenance automatic air vents. Check for the proper operation automatic air vent. Ensure the vents open and allow the escape. Ensure that the flow of the vent of the buoyant petroleum fuel rises to close the vent with the flow suspended with the petroleum fuel frequency annually. 311 fuel additive injectors. Fuel additive injectors inject additives into the fuel chain with the grade change its grade such as changing Jet A to F24. 311, 1 should install maintenance fuel additive injectors, refer to maintenance manufacturer operation maintenance manual with specific calibration maintenance procedure schedules and follow applicable general maintenance safety requirements. Inspect injectors to ensure they are operating properly, frequently while system is flowing through, and inspect injectors weekly while system is idle. Inspect injectors monthly. Calibrate injectors to ensure proper added fuel ratio frequency annually. 312, coated vessels. Coated vessels such as filters, separators, filters, relaxation tanks are used with spaces larger than standard piping is required conducting operations such as filtering, static dissipation, and petroleum fuels. Inspection maintenance code vessels. Pressure vessels used in petroleum fuel systems are built to applicable pressure vessel stamped with plates with provide information on coated vessels. The vessels must follow the inspection maintenance requirements, include UFC 4300 operation maintenance inspection certification boilers, unfired pressure vessels. Chapter 4, Aircraft Fueling Facilities.